Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey. And, well, do I have a video for you today? If you are a Nintendo DS, 3DS, or any console from Nintendo that requires two screens, if you are a fan of this type of console and gameplay, well, this video is for you. And so, well, before I get right into it, I would love for you to join the channel if you appreciate this type of effort, looking for real, tangible information. No leaks, no rumors, no blippity blip. You know, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 100K, because I think this particular video confirmation really deserves at least push me close to 100K if possible, because it is that big. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. My friends, I have stumbled upon a patent. It's 10 a.m. my time, and it is October 16th today. This patent was just released by Nintendo. And right now, I'm about to show you the patent. This patent right here shows what is the Nintendo either DS or 3DS or whatever system can play with two screens. But this is new. This is how Nintendo will manage the two-screen thing whenever it comes to NSO, because it's now just a matter of time. And I think that because Nintendo knows that the DS is literally the most sold Nintendo console right now on top, this will be a system seller for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, let's go ahead and explain to you what you're seeing here. Right now, what we're seeing here is the abstract, which explains what the patent is. It's telling you about, again, we spoke about this before, but never this clear, about a parent apparatus and a child apparatus, right? The parent apparatus is the main system, the child is the second system. And so in this case, what we've been looking at is the Nintendo has been using the second apparatus, which is the Nintendo Switch, the base Nintendo Switch, as the child system, and they use this for game share, right? And they've been using the Nintendo Switch 2 as the parent apparatus, where you host the game, and then the child apparatus is for game share. You can play on your Nintendo Switch base model. So we know that for now. Yes, Nintendo is using the same technology for DS and maybe 3DS or maybe Wii U games, right? So here, what we see is a second image, map image, okay? So this is the second image being like streamed over to the second device, okay? And of course, yeah, Nintendo, whenever you play on a DS, you have the main screen on one, and you have the map on the other, right? And so we will scroll here. Yeah, we have a Nintendo Switch. They do this all the time. The internals. Now we have the game sharing feature, right? We see the parent apparatus, and we see the children, right? And this is game share. So this is what you're looking at now, is game share. But here where it gets very, very interesting, okay? Now Nintendo breaks it down to the parent and the child, so you can actually use these both. And here we have the second image again, okay, with the map. Here we have the second image again with the UI, okay? So basically on the second image, you get to press start, you get to press save, you get to look at your menu, you get to look at the map. You guys know how to use a DS, and you know what the second screen is almost always for, right? And so let's go continue. Here is the first image, okay? The first image is the playing screen. This is where the screen, the first screen is for, and this is the second image. This is for the second screen. As you can tell, they're both second image, okay? Because the second image will be used either for the map itself or for the UI, right? So for you to navigate the menu, okay? But now this is where we confirm, because so far we've seen two images, first image, second image, but this is where we confirm that Nintendo will not make you buy a second screen to allow you to play DS games. They will not make you buy a second screen to allow you to play Nintendo DS games. It's optional. Let's move on. And here we go. single screen mode. Why would that say single screen mode? Well, yeah, we have 2 screens. We've had 2 screens. And what happens to that second image? Well, it does this. This is a very familiar one because that's how every game on single screen that we have has ever played. We've always had this little menu here, which we can bring up at any moment, right? Single screen gameplay always has the little map, and you can bring up the menu at any moment by just pressing start or something else. So here we have the single screen mode, okay? So the first image right here, we have the second image. I don't know what the third image is. I think it's the sky, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what there's there. But here we have the way Nintendo plans to give you access to the Nintendo DS without having you pay for another screen. And I'm sure they will give you one. They will offer you one for NSO, unless, you know, in case you want to have that same experience you had with your second screen, you will have the option. But here is a single screen mode. Again, we have single screen mode, switch. We can switch, right? Single screen mode, image of virtual space, switch. So you can switch to the other screen. So you can switch between screens. And so if you want to have the second screen at the bottom, just very small, you can. And if you just want to have the big screen here and just switch to the other screen, you can. So I guess that's the third image. I didn't know what we're talking about here. This is the third image here. And my friends, here we go. Single second screen. We've switched from this main screen to the map screen. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I'm just excited. I'm excited because this is the first tangible patent that Nintendo's holding nothing back. They're showing us the entire process on how they planned to manage this, the DS and the second screen thing, right? And so we go here again, second screen. We have the image, the UI and everything. The second screen again with the UI, and here we have the first image with the player, right? And so my friends, this is it. This is it. The child apparatus could be a Nintendo Switch 2, and it can also be a Nintendo a screen that Nintendo might also add later on to use as a second screen. Okay, and so this is a patent, my friends, that tells us Nintendo really is working on a Nintendo DS, apparatus or a way to bring us Nintendo DS games on Nintendo Switch 2. You either use your Nintendo Switch 2 and a Nintendo Switch screen. I'm pretty sure that if they do have for Nintendo Switch like the screen on top, they'll probably add some type of device that can help you attach them together. But it'll be, I think, a little too heavy, right? But anyway, they are working on the second screen edition for Nintendo DS. Here we have this is the Switch 2 in innards. This is the Switch 2 innards. We have the 2 slots here for Switch 2 and Switch 1 games here. Very different from the insides of the Nintendo Switch system here. And so here we have it, friends. 100% confirmed. This is Nintendo. This is not a rumor. This is a legal document. This is a patent. It's out today, October 16. And there you have it. Let me know your thoughts down below. My friends, if you are excited, just like I am, help me get to 100K. I mean, I feel like we need to get there, spread this news all over the planet. My friends, this is where the news is born at the Mike Odyssey channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Never give up and journey on. Peace.